get obsessed with things. See, you are a loser. See, you're never going to be a good boxer. See, you're putting all that in your body. I'm feeling sick as I'm eating, but I'm keep going. And this is what I didn't understand. What am I doing? Who am I punishing here? This whole thing started, it was, again, like being a kid, like lack of knowledge. Didn't really know, I knew I had to be a certain weight to fight. And obviously, having ADHD, you get hyper focus on things. So if I knew I had to be a certain weight, that was what I was doing. I was going to make this weight for this fight. That's what I was going to do. But I would starve myself, you know, not eat properly. And I think this is what give me an unhealthy relationship with food even now, because of the binge eating and the up and down in weight, because I'd be solidly training, and then when I wasn't training, I'd binge eat. So then what I started doing is I used to do this really odd, really. Like I used to like crave things. I'd crave like Oreos and sweets and crisps and things like that. I lived in Abbey Wood at the time, so I'd go around the corner shop. I'd go and get all the stuff I wanted, hide them in my cupboard, but then be watching on my iPod Touch at the time YouTube videos of deep frying Oreos and all these things. I was obsessed with it. Weird, I get obsessed with things, and then I thought, "Oh, I can't. I'm gonna eat this." So I went and ate it all out the cupboard. Then panicked. What if I don't make weight for this fight? Six it all back up, right? When I put my finger down my throat and six it back up down in the toilet. Obviously, no one knows about this, because I didn't think it was even an issue. I thought I've just discovered the magic key here. You can enjoy the food, because us as kids as well, we'd do mad things like making weight. Like we'd like go to like McDonald's or fast food restaurants, eat the food, but just spit it back out again, just so you felt like you was eating it. But again, it was down to just not knowing enough nutritional advice. And then I think after that, it kind of sort of stuck in my head, because my brain at that age, it's an impressionable age, then attached it with being good at something, right? So then the getting older thing, when this would happen, getting older, like, making yourself sick after binge eating and stuff, would always normally come after a heavy drug bender, because I've not eating for so long. Then being in a down state, and remember what you could have done, and you should be a boxer. You should, because it's my first love, and this is what I'm going to be successful at, and I will do. And I'd start, you know, um, thinking this is where you should be, Jack. You shouldn't be putting this stuff in your body. You've already gone and binged on the amount of drugs you shouldn't have been taking anyway. Feel guilty about it, and all this stuff, because I'm so empty. I've not eaten in 3 days. I'm sicking that back up. So essentially, I probably drained, again, probably lack of knowledge as well. I've essentially drained my body of all the nutrients, all the stuff I've been taking anyway. Probably put in some rubbish nutrients for the rubbish binge eating food I've been eating, but then took that out as well. And then would try and go back to training, but then not train as well. Then feel rubbish. Then feel like, oh, actually, you're no good again. And then you're back to the same cycle of this self-pity, and it's like, oh, I want to forget about that. I thought I was going to be good. And then same thing, go out and take loads of drugs and not eat for 3 days. And then go, actually, Jack, you know what? Pick yourself up. You can do this. After the binge eating of the not eating, then you're back to, it was just this awful cycle.
So do you regret
I regret
what you've done to yourself?
Yeah, of course. Of course I do. I wish I'd have done a bit more sort of deep diving into like what, where these issues had even come from. I worked with Freddie on a TV show. He's had a pro fight, told him I'm a boxer. We really connected, and I thought, what an amazing man. Like, he's great, like, really got on with him. And then to read his story, I thought, oh my God, it weren't just me doing that weird thing. And I said, I'm under no illusion that, that I'm the worst. There's people with a lot more of an issue. But I do also think, because it's happened to me in other ways, where something can start small, you think it's not a problem, and it spirals into a massive problem, as it did for me with the drugs. So I luckily, my making myself sick and doing things that was more of like a punishment to myself, where I'd made this unhealthy attachment in my brain that if I do that, you're not going to be that boxer that you want to be. You're not going to be this person. You're not going to be this who you want to be. And it kind of sort of manifested into that. I think I gave myself a really unhealthy relationship with food from an early age, with obviously the obsession with the hyper focused obsession with making weight for boxing. So yeah, like what I'd order would be just outrageous. This like outrageous amounts, like Domino's pizza, then it'd be like these meal deals, and it'd be like Ginster's pasties, and it'd be Oreos, and it'd be McCoy's crisps, um, sweet chili wraps, and it's like you don't. No one needs that amount, but it's like I had to have. Sometimes I'm feeling sick as I'm eating, but I'm keep going, and this is what I didn't understand. What am I doing? Who am I punishing here? And then straight away, if I was doing that off the back of a binge of another sort, oh no, see, you are a loser. See, you're never going to be a good boxer. You're putting that in your body. Bang, that's it. You want to stick it back up again, and then you're back to square one.
Tell me about how you've been using skinny jabs and how actually that's possibly one of the worst things you've done.
I mean, look, I don't know why. I'll tell you, it's like anything though. When you get in high demand or something like these skinny jabs, you don't know what's in it. You don't know what's in it. Unless it's come from a doctor, you don't know what's in that. Right, number one. And number two, there is no real quick fix to anything. Like I know this now because I work with professional nutritionists. I box professionally, right? It's hard work, and it's like eating the right food. These skinny jabs, look, they're basically an appetite suppressor, but for me, they made me feel sick, really sick, bloated, acid reflux again. So I quickly learned. I thought, well, you know what? I can still enjoy, because I've got this binge obsession when I'm feeling sorry for myself. I knew if I carried on eating loads, I'm going to be sick. It used to it would just make me sick. So I keep going out until, oh shit, that's it, straight in the toilet, sick everywhere. And the prime example is what I wanted to say is, if you look up, I took the skinny jab before my last fight, right? But I couldn't even actually eat enough food. I couldn't eat the right amount of food to feed my muscles. And so the difference in my body within them 11 months, the fight in Dubai, my pro fight in Dubai, 11 months prior, I looked unbelievable, six pack, everything. I weighed the same weight in my last one on March the 1st, but looked rubbish. I looked like skinny fat with just no muscle tone, because I feel like because I wasn't getting enough nutrients. This started through not wanting to look good, but needing to be a certain way for something. That might be for a young girl, a beauty pageant. Might be for a young kid, a modelling job where he's got to fit into a suit. I don't know, whatever it may be. Or it might be another boxer, a young kid that needs to make weight for a fight and thinks, oh, I'd really want to eat this, but I'm going to stick it back up. It ain't the right way to do it. I've done it because it manifests into something else. And then before you know it, you're punishing yourself at 30 odd years of age through something that you didn't address from early. And I think that comes now with obviously knowledge, nutritional knowledge, the actual damages of it, the causes of it, and catching it early, and not thinking that it's just going to be all right because you've eaten something today. Because what I didn't realize is that, well, I said the acid reflux, I didn't realize that it can burn all your enamel around your teeth. I didn't realize that it can just do your stomach lining in. Didn't realize it's taking out nutrients that was already in your body that might have been sitting there still being absorbed. You're taking them back out.